Quick Crypto, bringing you quick Kaspa news. Today officially marks the first full week since Kaspa made history, since Kaspa was listed on its first major tier 1 exchange, of course being none other than Kraken. Very, very big news, and while this listing is historic and has added some much needed price stability to Kaspa's price action as of late, some have deemed it relatively underwhelming and are already now eyeing up the next big listing for Kaspa, which right now sources, and credible sources at that, seem to suggest that it will be crypto's largest exchange, Binance, next to step up and list Kaspa, which of course is very, very big, and speculation suggests that it may actually happen before the end of this year, which would be incredibly bullish, and should it be true, potentially allowing Kaspa to skyrocket very, very quickly to 50 cents, if not even to $1. The connections between Kaspa and Binance are very transparent and quite extensive, I say so myself, with many more happening in recent weeks, if not even the past few days. The first source here comes from Nicholas Sismel. Nicholas Sismel is the co-founder and head of research at Kas Media, but he also used to work for Binance US, head of listing, so he understands very well how Binance operates, how tier 1s operate, and he confirmed that money is not the problem, it's not the issue. It's just that major tier 1s, so Binance and Coinbase, mainly those two in particular, they have more regulatory measures in place for technical security. Because they are so big and closely monitored, they have to do even more due diligence, more research before listing a project, which smaller exchanges don't have to do. That's why Mexi and Gaten, the smaller ones, therefore they can just list it without thinking too much. They haven't got as much oversight, but Binance and Coinbase do. So it is partly a regulatory thing because Kaspa is new, innovative technology, and because of that it's going to take them longer to understand what Kaspa is and whether it's deemed safe for them to list the project or not. But again, the point being is money is not the issue. The second announcement, which is as insightful if not more so, comes from the Kaspa Ecosystem Foundation, also known as the KEF. They held an AMA X live space about 2 weeks ago now, where they went on to address a number of questions for the community, from miners allegedly selling Kaspa, to Mexi manipulating the price of Kaspa, to Mainnet developments, which we'll get back to later on in the video, but also, more importantly, listing rumours. The KEF made 2 to 3 very prominent assumptions, if you will, based on their insider information. The first was that Kraken would list Kaspa this month, which they were correct about, it's already happened. The other addressed the remaining exchanges, the fact that they've been in contact and negotiating with them for months now, that Kaspa has been attempting to deal with some of their so-called unfavourable remarks about the price of Kaspa. Ultimately summarising though, some crucial information about the key to consider when listing a token on a tier 1 exchange is the project's TVL, total value locked, and trading volume. But because Kaspa, like Bitcoin, is a fair enough proof of work, no pre-allocation to developers, they have no total value locked, in the traditional sense at least. Therefore, the exchanges will have to rely solely on just the trading volume, but not just any trading volume. As highlighted here from the KEF, it's the volume from the major exchanges that already list Kaspa. The KEF here highlights the likes of Bybit and BitGet. So those are the two that will be monitored very closely by the other tier 1s, and now I'm sure Kraken is in that list as well. Right now the volume for Bybit and BitGet has increased quite significantly since that AMA, just like Kaspa's volume as a whole. In fact, if we go back 2 to 3 weeks or so to the 10th of November around here, we can see that Kaspa's 24-hour trading volume went from roughly 40 to 50 million to 120 million, skyrocketing to 570 million on that day, and is now sitting comfortably around 150 to 300 million volume. This to me is a bullish sign that the community knows what needs to be done in order to get Binance to notice and list Kaspa high volume on our 3 biggest exchanges. Kraken is early, so the volume has yet to fully migrate over, but I believe personally in due time it will. But Bybit and BitGet are doing so much better right now. Of course, Gate and Mexi are heavily dominating right now, but I think hopefully things will change in due time. And it's with this high volume that we'll start seeing more tier 1s jump on board with Kaspa. There are many connections to Kaspa and multiple tier 1s, from OKX to Coinbase to, of course, Binance. But Binance, of course, is quite evidently the front runner to list Kaspa next, because Kaspa and Binance have a zero fees mining pool. Kaspa also has a futures contract with Binance. Roy O'Neill of the KII leaked that Binance integration with Kaspa is already done. Take a very close listen.
For example, with Binance,
Hold on a second.
everything's
wait.
ready. Everything's integrated and ready.
This of course is huge news and showcases that Binance are ready. They are just waiting for the opportune time to pull the trigger. But that is not all, as they also more recently had team members of Binance that were spotted checking out the Kaspa booth at the Australian crypto convention while holding a Kaspa pamphlet. But much more importantly, if you are not aware, CoinMarketCap here is a website owned and basically run by Binance. And it was recently revealed that CoinMarketCap, therefore Binance, added their Web3 wallet and also a trust wallet, which is also Binance's, if you didn't know, to the Kaspa page. So this is a very huge Easter egg, if you will, that happened about a week ago, leading to this increased speculation that Kaspa Binance may happen before the end of this year. And it wouldn't surprise me, as a few months ago, Kaspa was invited onto Binance Live to talk about Kaspa, which we can hear a clip of what they said here from Nicholas Sismel. Again, listen very closely.
And Bitcoin tried to function like a medium exchange, but it fell short of this because it's slow, cumbersome, expensive to handle high settlement speeds that match fiat, for example. I have a little joke. I call Bitcoin the boomer coin because of these reasons. And also, it's just impossible to develop a layer 2 for Bitcoin to function as a medium exchange, maybe for DeFi, but not for it to function as a form of money, because in order to do this, you would need to fundamentally change the properties and function of proof of work consensus. You would need to make proof of work fast without compromising security or decentralization. And essentially, you would need to solve the blockchain trilemma. And for people that don't know, the blockchain trilemma is to have a base settlement layer that achieves security, decentralization, and scalability all at the same time. And there's a coin that does this. There's a block DAG. It's not a blockchain, it's a block DAG, and it does this, and it's Kaspa. So because Kaspa has solved the blockchain trilemma, it has also achieved the world's first perfect form of money. It has all three characteristics of what money can be. So it's a store of value, it's a unit of account, and it can process transactions at speeds that match fiat, and it can become a medium of exchange. Not only that, but at Kas Media, we have a great data analyst, and she was able to calculate that Kaspa will eventually have the highest stock to flow ratio in history, surpassing Bitcoin, and this should occur around 2029. Thereby making it the hardest form of money in history as well.
Definitely, and also like its unique block DAG architecture that makes it like suitable for various applications and low confirmation times. That's actually very interesting.
This to me is arguably the biggest news of the whole lot. The reason why is because explaining Kaspa to people on Binance's platform is huge exposure, but more importantly, this stream surpassed 75,000 views. To my knowledge, it is the biggest video on Binance, even surpassing their most recent Back to India by 20,000, which is absolutely insane. And if you didn't know, Binance's average is 5 to 7K, so Kaspa had over 10 times more than the usual viewership. This would have ignited a belief with Binance that the belief and adoption with Kaspa is unrelenting, and that is further supported in this post here. The very next day after that AMA, Binance released a blog which is the complete rundown and understanding of hash rate, a key component to determine the proof of work's project's value and its worth. And Kaspa, of course, is proof of work. Despite its new tech and lack of adoption though, Kaspa is already actually number 2 right behind Bitcoin as proof of work hash rate. This is why it's not a matter of if, but a matter of when, that despite Kaspa's lackluster and stagnant price action, why I still remain incredibly bullish on this project. Hopefully Binance coming very soon, which is why I created a free to join Discord server where almost 500 of us right now are working towards achieving financial freedom, building our knowledge of Kaspa and crypto, sharing alpha where we can. If you want to join, click the link in the description below, because in my opinion, not financial advice of course, I believe that the timeline to accumulate Kaspa at these prices, currently valued at 15.19 cents, up roughly 1.61% on the daily time frame, Kaspa won't remain this cheap for much longer. It's actually up roughly 18% since the Kraken listing, and actually peaked at roughly 40% increase in value from the Kraken listing, which again may seem a little bit lackluster, but I still think it's very good. It's still bullish, it's still up. However, of course, Binance could very well be on the horizon, and that would send Kaspa's price so much higher. There's no doubt about it. The volume right now is staying high, which is bullish, but that's not the only reason why I think Binance may approach Kaspa very soon. As dating back to the beginning of November this month, there was a lot of drama between Coinbase and the rest of the crypto space regarding a statement Brian Armstrong made about listing on Coinbase. This statement here from Brian Armstrong had a massive snowball effect, which actually allowed Kaspa to finally get in contact with them and get their listing team. And after almost 2 years, Kaspa is now a talker to listing team of Coinbase, which is very reassuring to finally hear. But the part I want to highlight is just this one line here from former Binance CEO CZ to Justin Sun here, but he says, "Work on the project, not the exchange." This to me is a testament of what Kaspa is doing and has always done. While we want to see listings and green price action, Kaspa has never been really focused on that. CZ is effectively saying here, if you keep working on your project, the listings will come to you. And that's exactly what Kaspa has always done. In that regard, we have a massive announcement here regarding Rust 10 block per second developments coming to the mainnet. Coder stuff here announced that there will be testnet 11 node environment set up on the 1st of December, which is only 5 days away from now, testing the hard fork to the mainnet, utilizing all the optimization and improvements that have been made thus far. Make no mistake, 10 BPS for Kaspa will be game changing, and this announcement potentially indicates that Kaspa is on track, if not even ahead of schedule, for the hard fork that will be coming in Q1 2025 and the release of it onto the mainnet. Now, one of the reasons why this is game changing is because Viv Zohar, Zon Polinsky's mentor here, commented that whilst Polinsky does want 100 blocks per second for proof of work, which I think he will be able to do, Viv Zohar stated here that you don't really need much faster than 10 BPS. It's not really necessary. So in that regard, this hard fork coming in 3 to 4 months time with an inkling of the full potential of Kaspa when it has smart contracts and everything else coming to it soon. Make no mistake, Project Sparkle smart contracts will be coming in summer 2025, so early 3-4 months after that. And Kaspa ETFs will be coming soon enough as well, with Grayscale and also Zodia getting involved. There's so much more coming to Kaspa. Binance and other tier 1s will come to Kaspa in due time. I still very strongly believe that. And I still think that Kaspa will explode in price in this cycle. But of course, do your own research, or better still, come chill chat and learn more in the physical server. Again, link below, but remember, don't be emotional, be logical, and I'll see you in the next one.